Most people are investing in AI the wrong way. They treat AI like one giant industry. They buy Nvidia or a semiconductor ETF and call it a day. But that is not how it works anymore. Here is what actually happened. Chips get so fast that regular memory can't keep up anymore. So a new kind of memory called HBM has to step in. Demand for it increases a lot so that we can run more AI. But all that AI needs insane amount of electricity. So power demand went up as well. Once that is solved, a new demand will be created again. This is the point. AI is no longer one theme. It is made out of many themes. Money keeps moving along across the themes, one wave after another. So how do you actually stay ahead of it? In this video, I'm breaking down the 6 AI themes you need to know and where I think the wave is heading next so that you can position yourself early. Throughout this video, I will be demonstrating how to invest in this ETF in Moomoo. Before we get into that, Moomoo is running a limited time promotion. If you deposit $3,000, you could get up to $40 in trading cash coupons plus $40 of Nvidia shares. $20 of that only comes from signing up from me. If you deposit $10,000, that jumps to $300, with $100 of that being the part you only get through my channel. Here's exactly what to do. Step 1. Scan my QR code or use the link in the description. Step 2. Open your account. Step 3. In the Moomoo app, tap the magnifying glass at the top right corner of the screen. Search Special Deposit and tap Go. Enter my promo code Skyler88 in the box. Then hit Deposit Now. Just make sure that the code goes in before your first deposit or you won't get the reward. Let's start at the very beginning of the AI story. Every AI chatbot, every AI image, and every AI anything, none of that exists without this theme. It is the semiconductor theme. The semiconductor theme starts with the GPU, the chip that actually do the math behind AI. Every time you ask an AI a question, it is not thinking the way you do. It is running billions of calculations, and GPUs are what crunch the numbers. I think this wave still has a lot of momentum. A new chip platform called Vera Rubin just rolled out, and Nvidia claims it delivers 10 times the performance of their last generation. AMD's MI350 series is gaining their shares too. And Big Tech is quietly building its own chip, with Broadcom usually helping design the custom hardware. Now, if you want to invest in the semiconductor wave, here is how to find this ETF on the Moomoo app. First, you go to the markets, tap ETFs, then thematic ETFs, and search for semiconductor ETFs. Here you can see a whole list of semiconductor ETFs with charts and related news to help you get started. If you sort the list by AUM, you can see the two largest semiconductor ETFs at the top, SMH and SOXX. Now you might ask, which is the best among these two ETFs? The easiest way is to use Moomoo AI. Moomoo just launched their AI expert mode at their MooFest 2026. It can do a whole lot more than just answering questions. You can ask it to do research, analysis, plot an interactive chart, and make a trade for you with just one sentence. You will see more of that later. To access Moomoo AI, hit the AI button at the top right of the screen. Then change the mode to expert. I will ask, summarize the key difference between SOXX and SMH. You can see the AI is thinking very hard. Let's see what the AI says. I can see it summarizes everything into different sections together, from an overview and structure, top 10 holdings and concentration, geographic exposure, performance and risk metrics, Morningstar ratings, and a summary table. One thing I want to highlight is that the most critical difference is that the SMH is heavily concentrated in Nvidia, at 22%, while the SOXX uses an equal weighted methodology. Therefore, SOXX is the more diversified of the two. Now I wonder how will my portfolio perform if I had added 10% into SOXX. To demonstrate this, I will ask, if I invested $1,000 a month into 10% SOXX and 90% VOO for the past 5 years, what is my return? Give the AI some time to perform the backtest. It is looking for data-backed numbers in real time. When the result is out, it tells me how much my total return would have grown into over the past 5 years and give me a breakdown of the numbers. The AI is very smart. Even though I did not ask, it thought that I would be interested to know the comparison between 3 different strategies. You can also see the comparison on the chart. What is amazing is that the chart is interactive. It is not static. If I place my finger at any point on the chart, you can see the numbers. It is like your personal research analyst working for you. Now here is where I think this wave is at. Semiconductors are the furthest along, but still middle of its wave. Vera Rubin rolling out shows that there's still a long runway left. The explosive catch it early upside has mostly already happened, but the wave itself isn't done. To me, this is a core long-term position, not something you are trying to time. The second theme is memory. These are the companies that make the boring memory and storage inside your laptop, and they just became one of the biggest bottleneck in the entire AI value chain. AI needs a special faster type of memory called HBM or high bandwidth memory. It is built to move huge amount of data at once, way faster than the regular memory in your laptop. Here is the problem. AI data centers are expected to eat up to around 70% of all memory chips made globally this year. That means that memory companies are so busy making HBM, they have less capacity left to make regular memory for people like us. Less supply means higher prices, and that is turning into huge profit for these companies. If you are looking for an ETF that invests in memory, one way to check is by reviewing its holdings.
For example, I will search for DRAM in the Moomoo app. Go to Fund, scroll down to see the companies included in the portfolio. You can see exactly who they are, from Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron.
Before we continue, one more feature that is so cool is that if I decided to buy DRAM, I can use Moomoo AI expert mode to prepare an order at a specific quantity and price.
For example, I type, I want to buy 8 shares of DRAM at $50.60. Let the AI prepare for your trade. Hit trade. Here, Moomoo AI has automatically populated the order for me, and all I need to do is to review everything before deciding whether to proceed.
I think memory is still in the middle of the wave because it is not just HBM. When regular memory is booming, that is a broad demand. I will treat this the same way, a long-term call position, not a quick trade. If you find this video useful, subscribe now so that you don't miss any of my future investing videos. The third AI theme is power and infrastructure. AI biggest problem right now is not cheap, it is electricity. If there's one true picks and shovel theme in all of this is the one. Because without power, none of the rest of the AI booms even runs. All those chips, all those data centers, they are insanely power hungry. The IEA projects data centers' electricity demand will double by 2030, growing 4 times faster than every other sectors combined. Nuclear and gas power energy companies are suddenly making a comeback because big tech is signing long-term electricity contract years in advance. There's even talks of small nuclear reactors built specifically to feed these data centers, possibly starting as early as 2027. For ETF exposure into this theme, there are actually a few worth knowing, and each one plays it differently.
If you are researching into the nuclear energy ETF, a popular one people use is NUKZ. If you see its top holding, they are Chemical, GE Vernova, and Talent Energy. These are companies covering the whole nuclear supply chain, from mining the uranium to building the reactors to running the power plant themselves. For AI infrastructure ETF, another popular ETF people use is the AIPO. Its top holding are Eaton, GE Vernova, and Vertiv Holdings. These are companies that build the power and cooling infrastructure AI data centers run on, from turbines to backup power to thermal management.
I think power and infrastructure is early to mid-wave. It has a long runway because you can't simply rush to build a nuclear plant. The demand is locked in. It is just the timeline that is stretched. This is a patient, long-term position. The payoff here plays out over many years later, not months. The fourth theme is equipment and new materials. Nvidia could continue to design more advanced chips tomorrow and still wouldn't matter without this theme. These are the companies that make precise machines other companies use to actually build chips. This theme covers 2 things: advanced equipment, which is the machine that builds the newest chips, and new materials like glass substrates. Chips have gotten so small and so powerful that old materials they were built from can't keep up anymore. So the industry is starting to shift towards brand new materials to build the chips with. Here is how tight the things already are. TSMC advanced packaging, the process that stacks AI chips like Nvidia together, is sold out completely through 2026. One single company has already booked over 50% of their entire capacity. There's no pure play equipment or material ETFs out there, so you'll get exposure through the same 2 ETF from before, SOXX and SMH.
If you check out SOXX holdings, you will spot names like Applied Materials, KLA, and Lam's Research close to its top holdings. These are companies that make the machines that makes the chips.
I think this theme is early to mid. TSMC packaging is already sold out throughout 2026, with one company booking over half of their capacity. Orders are locked in years out, and most people haven't noticed. Same idea here, long-term hold, since demand visibility already stretches years ahead. The fifth theme is software and agentic AI. This is the application layer, the theme where AI has to prove that it can actually do something for you, not just costing you money. Up until now, all the AI hype has been about compute, chips, memory, power, all the stuff needed to build AI in the first place. But software is different. This is the layer where companies take all the expensive compute and turn it into something businesses will be actually willing to pay for. And it is happening very fast. Gartner projects that 40% of the enterprise app will have AI agents built in by the end of this year.
If you are researching software companies, IGV is one of the example ETF you can explore. Let's find its holdings. I'm going to search for IGV. Then go to Fund, then Holdings. The top holdings are the names you probably recognize. Palo Alto Networks, Palantir, Microsoft, and CrowdStrike.
I think this wave is very early. Adoption isn't the same as monetization. AI agents are jumping from under 5% to 40% of enterprise app this year. But building it doesn't mean businesses are willing to pay extra yet. For me, this is still a watch list theme. The sixth theme is robotics. Every AI theme so far lives inside a screen. This one doesn't. All the AI we talk about so far can think, can write, can analyze, but it can't actually touch anything. Embodied AI is different. This is the AI stepping out of a screen and into an actual physical body. Robots can walk, can move, and can do physical tasks in the real world. The market is projected to grow from 4.8 billion in 2026 to 90 billion by 2035. It is already showing up in real places. Hospitals are testing robots to help move patients around and handle tasks in sterile rooms. Hotels and retail stores are piloting robots for reception and customer service. And companies are building robots specifically designed for warehouse work, like picking and moving items with custom robotic hands.
For the robotics theme, one example ETF you can start your research is BOTZ bots. Here you can see its top holdings are Keyence, Nvidia, and ABB. ABB builds industrial robot arms, and Keyence makes sensors that let robots actually see and move precisely.
I think robotics is pre-wave. Nobody figured out mass production yet, and without that, there is no real revenue. It is still a story, not a business. This one is purely speculative to me. If I touch it, it is a small position, more of a long-term bet on the future than actual thesis today. So that is the 6 themes, the entire AI wave from semiconductor all the way up to robotics and my predictions. But wait, if you are still confused which ETFs to invest in, you can ask Moomoo AI Expert Mode to summarize all the ETFs. Let's see what it gives us.
Summarize for me SMH, SOXX, DRAM, NUC, AIPO, IGV, and bots, and rate them by their pros and cons. Let the AI do its research. It is pulling numbers in real time. Here I can see a very neat summary comparison table of all the ETF, their respective theme, expense ratio, AUM, Morningstar rating, and more. If I scroll down further, I can see a summary of different ETFs and the characteristics they may have. For example, for DRAM, the AI listed the pros and cons for the ETF. It has a massive AUM of 23.9 billion, but it also has a very high drawdown. The AI doesn't just tell you what is great about it, it also tells you the risk it has, providing a more balanced perspective. As I scroll down further, I can even see its final ranking of the ETFs. It has rated SMH 5 stars. The rationale being it has the best return, sharp, low fee, massive liquidity, and 5-star Morningstar rating. All this information will have taken me a whole day to pull out. Moomoo AI did it in a minute.
If you find any interesting ETFs and want to hold them for the long term, you can set up DCA using regular savings plan on Moomoo.
Go to Market tab, hit RSP, then hit Create Plan. Here you can choose your ETF, then your investment amount, for example $30 USD. Choose your frequency. Once you are happy, hit buy to start your RSP.
Moomoo offers lifetime $0 commission for the US market, and more importantly, fractional shares. A single share of SOXX costs $540 at the time I'm recording this video. With fractional shares, you can start building your position for as low as $1. You can also automate your investing directly from your bank account. No need to manually top up or remember to buy every month. If you find this video useful, subscribe now so that the next time a wave shifts, I will be covering it here first. Quick reminder, link is below if you want to grab up to 1,200 in new user reward if you use my code SCHUYLER88 at the first deposit, and you can enjoy $100 of exclusive reward. Just make sure it goes in before your first deposit. I will see you in the next one.